Tonight, justice for 2 innocent lives lost on the campus of UNC Charlotte. 4 months after the shooting, the gunman is now a convicted murderer and will now spend the rest of his life behind bars. But not before hearing powerful words from his victim's parents.
The defendant wanted to kill someone. He should have turned the gun on himself.
Tonight, we have a team of reporters live outside the courthouse as that hearing just ended in the past 2 hours.
First off tonight, though, our veteran crime reporter Mark Becker, who was inside the courtroom for today's tearful testimony. Mark?
Yeah, Scott, there was nothing easy about today. Probably most difficult, though, for the families of those 4 young students who were injured and the 2 who were killed. The doors opened at about 3 o'clock and 50 or so family and friends filed into one side of the courtroom here. Then at precisely 3:02, deputies led Tristan Terrell, the alleged shooter, into the courtroom in shackles. He would sit quietly as the prosecutor went back over the shooting that shocked and saddened so many at UNC Charlotte. The prosecutor said Terrell had first considered some kind of mass shooting as far back as last August, and that he finally decided to do the shooting about a week before he actually took the light rail to UNC Charlotte on April 30th. He'd picked out a classroom in the Kennedy building simply because he knew the layout of the classroom there, and he wasn't targeting anyone in particular when he walked into that classroom and started shooting indiscriminately about 5:45 that afternoon. He killed 19-year-old Ellis Parlier and 21-year-old Riley Howell, and both of their mothers spoke emotionally about their loss.
Reed was a loving, intelligent, quiet, kind, witty, and caring soul. His life was ended by a selfish, cowardly, soulless waste of a human being.
I want the defendant to know that, though he had no right, he has hurt and damaged physically, emotionally, and psychologically my family and others, but that Riley and Reed's light, goodness, and protective love is what reigns supreme in our hearts.
Now, the families were very upset and left without speaking with us. But there were several students from UNC Charlotte who were also in the courtroom here this afternoon, and they did speak with Eyewitness News reporter Tina Terry as they left. Tina?
Yes, they did, Mark, and to many of them, being here and inside of that courtroom was part of the healing process. One student, Samantha Kuhn, said she still vividly remembers the day when that shooter walked inside of the Kennedy building on UNC Charlotte's campus and started shooting. She was inside that very same building and scrambled to find a place to hide, hoping that it would all end. Since the shooting, she has graduated and she's taken her very first job, but she will never forget that day.
I was getting phone calls and text messages of my friends that were scared and didn't know what was happening. And my parents and family that live out of town were calling me, asking me if I was alive. So it was traumatizing. It was really traumatizing. But I thought it was my obligation to see it through to the end with him.
And she told me that she really was caught off guard by this plea agreement. She was surprised by it. She says she wasn't happy with this, but she understands it. And like so many students who experience this tragedy, she's ready to move forward. Back to you guys.
All right, such a sad day, but hopefully some closure for so many people. Thank you, Tina. Now, before bailiffs led Terrell away, he had these words.
I am so sorry to everybody in here. I really messed up.
Saying there that he is so sorry and that he messed up. Let's take a moment now to remember the 2 young lives that were lost that day. Reed Parlier's family says he was quiet and exceptionally brilliant and fiercely loyal to his family. He was studying computer software development. Riley Howell, remembered for his extreme passion for life. He loved fitness and superheroes, and many say he died as a hero tackling Terrell that day. Both families are developing scholarships in their memories.
And that will certainly be a wonderful way to remember and memorialize them. Their memories will continue to live on at that campus at UNC Charlotte and throughout our community.